The 1980p Jefferson nickel is a coin that often goes unnoticed in everyday transactions, yet it harbors a fascinating history and potential value that might surprise many. Minted in Philadelphia, this particular nickel is part of the long-running series honoring the third U.S. President, Thomas Jefferson. While at first glance it may appear as just another 5-cent piece, certain characteristics and anomalies can elevate its worth significantly. In 1980, the Philadelphia Mint produced an astounding 593,004,000 Jefferson nickels. This massive mintage means that the majority of these coins are quite common, often found in circulation with minimal value above their face denomination. However, as with many coins, the devil is in the details. Collectors and enthusiasts have identified specific features and errors that can make a 1980p Jefferson nickel stand out in the numismatic community. One of the primary factors influencing a coin's value is its condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher numbers indicating a coin that is closer to its original mint state. For the 1980p Jefferson nickel, examples that have been well preserved without significant wear can fetch higher prices. According to the NGC Price Guide, as of March 2025, a Jefferson nickel from 1980 in circulated condition is worth between 10 cents and 20 cents. However, on the open market, 1980p nickels in pristine, uncirculated condition sell for as much as $500. Beyond general condition, certain errors and unique features can dramatically increase a coin's desirability and value. One such sought-after characteristic is the full steps designation. This term refers to the clarity and completeness of the steps on the reverse side of the coin, leading up to Monticello, Jefferson's iconic home. Coins that exhibit 5 or 6 fully defined steps without any interruptions are rare and highly prized by collectors. The 1980p Jefferson nickel is known to have fewer than 200 examples with the full steps designation, making them particularly scarce. Mint errors also play a significant role in a coin's valuation. These errors occur during the minting process and can result in unique and sometimes dramatic anomalies. For the 1980p Jefferson nickel, several notable errors have been documented. Off-center strikes. This error happens when the coin blank is not properly aligned with the dies during striking, resulting in a design that is not centered. Off-center strikes can vary in severity, with more dramatic misalignments generally being more valuable. For instance, a 1980p nickel struck 55% off-center and graded MS64 by NGC has been noted among collectors. Strikes on incorrect planchets. Occasionally, a coin may be struck on a planchet intended for a different denomination. There have been instances of 1980p nickels struck on cent planchets, leading to coins that are smaller in diameter and exhibit a copper hue. Such errors are particularly intriguing and can command higher prices in the market. Double strikes and die caps. These errors occur when a coin is struck more than once or becomes adhered to the die, resulting in unusual and often visually striking features. Coins with these errors are relatively rare and are highly sought after by error collectors. While these errors can significantly enhance a coin's value, it's essential to approach claims of extraordinary worth with caution. For example, rumors or claims of a 1980p Jefferson nickel valued at $700,000 should be scrutinized carefully. Such a valuation would be exceptionally rare and would likely require a combination of a unique error, impeccable condition, and a provenance that justifies such a price. As of current records, no 1980p Jefferson nickel has reached such a valuation in legitimate numismatic circles. For those interested in collecting or investing in 1980p Jefferson nickels, it's advisable to educate yourself. Familiarize yourself with the standard features of the coin, common errors, and grading standards. Resources like the NGC Coin Explorer and PCGS CoinFacts offer detailed information and high-resolution images for comparison. Consult professionals. If you believe you have a coin of significant value, seek out a reputable coin dealer or professional grading service. They can provide an accurate assessment of the coin's condition and authenticity. Stay updated. The numismatic market can fluctuate, with values changing based on demand, discoveries of new errors, and other factors. Regularly consult updated price guides and auction results to stay informed. While the 1980p Jefferson nickel is a common coin in terms of mintage, certain factors such as condition, unique errors, and the presence of full steps can elevate its value considerably. Collectors and enthusiasts should approach claims of extraordinary valuations with a discerning eye, relying on thorough research and professional consultations to navigate the intriguing world of coin collecting. The 1980p Jefferson nickel, while commonly encountered in circulation, holds a realm of intrigue for numismatists due to its potential for unique errors and high-grade specimens. Understanding the nuances that contribute to a coin's value can transform an ordinary nickel into a prized possession. One of the most captivating aspects of the 1980p Jefferson nickel is the occurrence of mint errors, particularly those involving the coin being struck on an incorrect planchet. A notable example is when a nickel is struck on a cent planchet, resulting in a coin that is not only smaller in diameter but also exhibits a distinctive copper hue. Such anomalies are rare and garner significant interest from collectors. For instance, a 1980p nickel struck 10% off-center on a cent planchet and graded MS63 red and brown by NGC was sold at auction, highlighting the premium that such errors can command. Another remarkable error involves the nickel being struck off-center. This occurs when the coin blank is improperly aligned during the striking process, leading to a misaligned design. The degree of the off-center strike can vary, with more pronounced misalignments typically being more valuable. A case in point is a 1980p nickel struck 30% off-center on a cent planchet, graded MS64 red by NGC, which was sold at auction, underscoring the desirability of such errors among enthusiasts. The presence of a curved clip planchet error further adds to the allure of certain 1980p nickels. This defect occurs when a portion of the coin's edge is missing due to an error in the planchet cutting process. An example of this is a 1980p Jefferson nickel struck 15% off-center on a curved clip planchet, graded MS63 by Annex, which was featured in an auction, demonstrating the market's appreciation for such unique pieces. While these errors in high-grade specimens can significantly elevate the value of a 1980p Jefferson nickel, it's crucial to approach claims of extraordinary valuations with skepticism. For instance, reports of a 1980p nickel valued at $700,000 are unsubstantiated and should be viewed with caution. The numismatic community has not documented any such valuations for this particular coin, emphasizing the importance of thorough research and consultation with reputable sources when assessing a coin's worth. In the broader context of Jefferson nickels, certain years and mint marks have produced coins of exceptional value due to unique characteristics or errors. For example, a 1985p nickel with razor-sharp details and distinctive hues sold for $9,066 at auction. This coin was noted for its minimal dye fade and radiant greenish gold, champagne, and lilac blue colors, as well as its sharply defined steps on the reverse side leading to Monticello, known as full steps. Similarly, certain 1949D nickels can fetch up to $4,800 at auction due to a rare strike error. These coins, minted in Denver shortly after World War II, feature Thomas Jefferson's profile and Monticello on the reverse side. To be valuable, the coin must display a complete stairway with at least 5 full steps on Monticello. These examples underscore the importance of understanding the specific attributes that contribute to a coin's value. For collectors and enthusiasts, staying informed about such nuances, consulting with professionals, and utilizing reputable grading services are essential steps in accurately assessing and appreciating the worth of coins like the 1980p Jefferson nickel.
The 1990p Jefferson nickel was minted in Philadelphia, with a staggering production of over 661 million coins. At first glance, it appears to be just another coin in your pocket change. However, certain specimens have captured the attention of collectors due to unique characteristics and errors. One of the most sought-after features in Jefferson nickels is the full steps designation. This refers to the clarity of the steps on Monticello's image on the reverse side of the coin. A coin with 5 or 6 fully visible steps is considered to have a sharp strike and is more valuable. In the case of the 1990p nickel, examples with full steps in high grades are scarce and command higher prices. While most 1990p nickels are worth their face value, certain error coins have been known to fetch significant sums. For instance, a 1990p nickel struck on a dime planchet, a smaller and thinner metal disc intended for dimes, can be quite valuable due to its rarity. Another intriguing error is the off-center strike, where the coin's design is not properly aligned. Depending on the degree of misalignment, these coins can be worth more to collectors who specialize in error coins. Die clashes, where the coin dies strike each other without a planchet in between, leaving ghost-like images on the coins, are also of interest. Such errors in the 1990p nickel series add to the coin's allure among enthusiasts. The market for error coins is dynamic, with values fluctuating based on demand and the uniqueness of the error. Collectors often scour coin rolls and collections in hopes of discovering these anomalies. It's worth noting that while some error coins can fetch impressive prices, The majority of 1990p nickels in circulation are common and hold minimal numismatic value. However, the thrill of the hunt keeps collectors engaged and always on the lookout for that rare find. Educational resources and online communities have made it easier for collectors to identify and learn about these unique coins. Sharing discoveries and knowledge contributes to the collective understanding and appreciation of numismatics. The 1990p Jefferson nickel serves as a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coins can hold extraordinary stories. Whether it's a rare error or a perfect strike, these coins continue to captivate and inspire those who take a closer look. For a coin struck in the hundreds of millions, you'd expect the 1990p Jefferson nickel to be mundane, just another piece of pocket change. But the world of numismatics has a way of surprising even the most seasoned collectors. Sometimes, it's the ordinary-looking coins that turn out to be the most extraordinary. Let's talk about the 1990p Jefferson nickel that made headlines by selling for an astonishing $278,000. It wasn't just about condition or luster. This coin stood out because of a striking minting error so rare, it's believed only one or two like it exist. This was a nickel struck on a copper planchet meant for a different denomination entirely, creating a dramatic off-metal error that numismatic experts had rarely seen before. That particular error, when verified by PCGS and authenticated as a legitimate off-metal strike, instantly became the stuff of legend. The collector who owned it had no idea of its value when they first discovered it in an old roll from a relative's stash. Just imagine their reaction when they were told this nickel could fetch more than the price of a luxury car, or even a house. And that's the beauty of error coins like the 1990p nickel. They invite regular people into the world of high-value collecting. You don't need to be a millionaire to find one. Sometimes, a life-changing coin is hiding in a forgotten drawer of change on top of your fridge or buried deep in a bank roll from your local branch. Collectors love the Jefferson nickel series for its consistency and variety. Since its introduction in 1938, the series has seen changes in mint marks, design details, die errors, and planchet composition. The 1990s were no exception, with the Philadelphia Mint producing many coins under high-pressure deadlines, sometimes leading to overlooked quality control issues. That's part of what makes the 1990p so appealing. Because it looks ordinary, it's often ignored by novice collectors. But that's where the seasoned pros, or the lucky beginners, step in. They know how to spot weak strikes, doubling, off-center minting, and die breaks. And when they find one, the payoff can be immense. Among these variations, full steps examples reign supreme. Most nickels, especially from the 90s, suffered from weak strikes that obliterated the steps of Monticello. But a sharply struck 1990p with full, unbroken steps is considered a numismatic prize. One MS67FS example sold for over $4,000, and that wasn't even an error coin. Let's also talk about Black Beauty nickels. These are nickels with unusually dark, almost black toning caused by improper annealing during the minting process. A few 1990p nickels show signs of this characteristic, making them highly desirable to niche collectors who specialize in color variations and toning phenomena. What makes these coins even more fascinating is how they travel through time. A nickel minted in 1990 has likely passed through hundreds of hands. It's been in pockets, car cup holders, cash registers. It's been used to buy coffee, scratched into vending machines, and forgotten in laundry rooms. And yet, some of them survive with pristine details, like a time capsule from the past. Every coin has a journey. And the 1990p that sold for nearly $300,000? Its journey was different. It was pulled from circulation early, maybe even before it entered circulation at all, and preserved without knowing its future fame. That element of mystery adds to its allure. Where has it been? How did it survive? We often think of coins in terms of silver and gold when it comes to value. But the Jefferson nickel proves that base metals can pack a punch when errors and rarity are involved. Copper nickel-clad compositions might not shine like silver, But when they're struck incorrectly or misaligned, their value skyrockets. Modern technology has brought more eyes into the hobby. Coin microscopes, smartphone apps, and high-definition photos on auction sites let collectors examine every ridge, every die crack, every potential anomaly. That's made finding a 1990p with a hidden error more realistic for everyday collectors. And the more eyes on coins, the more treasures are uncovered. YouTube, too, has played a massive role. Channels like Treasure Town and Couch Collectibles have helped the 1990p nickel rise in popularity. They highlight what to look for, like missing design elements, off-center strikes, and unusual coloration. Viewers are now digging through their change with a new sense of purpose. But what separates an average error coin from a six-figure sale? It comes down to a perfect storm of rarity, dramatic appearance, and third-party authentication. A dramatic off-metal error from the 1990p series that has visual shock factor and is confirmed by a major grading service? That's what collectors dream of. Let's not forget that the coin market is emotional. People form attachments to stories, especially stories of overlooked value. The idea that a 5-cent coin could change someone's life resonates deeply. It makes people believe that magic can still happen in everyday life. That's why the story of this nickel has spread like wildfire. Some collectors now specialize in modern era nickels. While vintage coins like the Buffalo or Liberty Head get a lot of attention, Jefferson nickels from the late 20th century are starting to gain serious traction. As high-grade and era examples are pulled from circulation or tucked into collections, their scarcity increases. This coin also proves that you don't have to go back centuries to find value. You can find modern coins worth thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, if you know what to look for. The 1990p is a shining example of how even coins minted in our lifetime can become rare, prized artifacts. There's also something deeply satisfying about the underdog story of the 1990p. It's a coin that was never expected to stand out. It didn't come from a famous year. It wasn't minted with precious metals. But a combination of minting mistakes and sharp eyes turned it into a legend. And if this happened once, it can happen again.